John Tobacco will be back here on Monday, and what we've seen in the last year and a half, 2 years especially, is two tremendous disruptions going on. One has to do with the role of gender in the workplace, especially in high-profile areas and industries like film, and the other has to do with the changing of how we view entertainment. It's not unusual to meet somebody that goes months, weeks, years without going to the movies because they watch everything on Netflix. So who better to turn to get a better understanding of both of those things than Mercedes Mercado? She's a director, an actor, and the author of the book, Understanding Men with Power. Mercedes, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Frank.
You have everyone's attention with that title alone. Give us some insight in terms of understanding men with power. What do you know that nobody else seems to?
Well, the thing is, Understanding Men with Power, I wrote after I lived in LA for 4 years. So I had all these crazy experiences with very powerful men in Hollywood. Famous and not famous, just powerful. So it was right before the Me Too movement came out. I wrote the book, and all the things that happened in the book are like very common and commonplace in Hollywood, but people don't seem to know about it, the rest of the country. But people in Hollywood do. They know that in order to get certain roles, you have to do a lot of things, like they promise you all kinds of stuff to get into a movie. For instance, this man said to me, "Oh, I guarantee you a part in a movie. You just got to sleep with the producer." And
he actually said it.
Yeah, he said to me just like that. He said, "I guarantee you a part in a movie." I mean, it's actually probably not going to happen, but a lot of women fall for that, So it's just there's like such an imbalance of power, men, women, and then again with the film industry, for instance, directors, there are not enough female directors, a very small percentage. So it's just very hard for women. And the book is really about that, about, the imbalance.
One of the things we heard in the aftermath of the whole Harvey Weinstein scandal is even some women in Hollywood, like Pamela Anderson and others, they came out and said, well, you know what, these women, they're going up to a private audition in a producer's hotel room in the evening.
Yes.
What did they think was going to happen? Is there some truth to that? Should some of these women have been approaching these situations with their eyes open a bit more than they were?
Yes, actually, yeah. Like I would never. I mean, I was told so many times, "Oh, can you go up to this house in Malibu and do this?" And I was like, no. So the women, a lot of times we put ourselves in that situation, but the problem is that there's so many beautiful women in Hollywood, and they're all coming from all over the world, every small town in America. They go to Hollywood to make it, and the competition is so tough that sometimes they do certain things to make it, And I personally know a few women who have done, things to get where
with their eyes open, knowing that's where they're.
Yes.
Tell me about Chat Noir Inc. Productions, your production company. What is it? What made you start it?
Okay, so Chat Noir Inc. My forte has always been writing. Ever since I was like in elementary school, they would pick me up and put me in front of the classroom, and I would recite my stories. So I started out as an actress, but then I started writing shorts, and I wrote and directed 2 shorts, and then I wrote the book, and I just fell into it pretty much. Now I'm, writing and directing, and I'm about to do my first feature film as well.
Congratulations, that's great.
Thank you.
Talk to me about the future of the movie business in the minute or so that we have left. Used to be that if you didn't have $20, $30 million, you had no chance of making a movie that everybody would see. Now, you're seeing more and more people make movies and television shows on their mobile phones. What kind of a game changer has that been in your industry?
Yeah, like a lot of people are doing, there was one movie in particular, it was done on an iPhone, and it won some award at the Spirit Awards a couple of years ago. And then Steven Soderbergh is doing some new film totally on his iPhone. So it's like a new thing. So anybody, you don't have to have a lot of money anymore to make a movie.
Well, it certainly is interesting. Mercedes, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you'll come back.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me, Frank.
Thank you.